Hello friends, welcome back. BigDenoPlays, Kinfire Chronicles, Night's Fall, Episode 3. We're playing this cool campaign game. Very, very, very fun little game. Doesn't sit high on the complexity level thus far, and that's not a bad thing. I think it's nice to have different levels of game that you can dive into. I do think the complexity is going to ramp up as we continue to explore what the game has to offer. I have opened the box that we are playing, but I have not read any of the cards. So this is a difference. Last time I read some of the cards. So I'm not sure, but we are probably going to continue finding ourselves in this cool town, which is called Vinna. I'm not sure. But we're currently here at the Millhouse Inn. So let's go and read Ash and Bramble Quest 16 and see what's going to happen. So yeah, knowing what I know a little bit about games and what have you, Into the Shadows is the main quest line, and this is the side quest, Ash and Bramble. So we're going to play a little side quest because it's always a good idea to level up on side quests and then you get into the main storyline. So quest 16. Before you reach the charred remains of the alchemist's lab, you can see Hoyt Belgar, the dwarf you met at the back of the inn. I feared you wouldn't come. Oh yes, we did read some of that. You reassure him that you're happy to help. This lab, he says, turning to the burnt ruins, it belonged to a friend, Mika. He was a scientist, an alchemist. I'm a scholar as well, but was never as talented as Mika. It was his obsession, really, his tools, his journal, and he called it his legacy. He wanted his discoveries to make a difference, and to one day pass to his son, but now it's all gone. His tools, his alchemical notebook, there's no sign of them among the ashes. Someone thought his life was worth taking in order to get them. Please, help me find whoever did this. Help me restore Mika's legacy for his family. I wonder if he tried to be like Grace Kelly. Hoyt nudges the charred remains of Mika's workshop with his foot. Mika worked too hard for his life's pursuits to just be sold off for some coin. Please recover anything you can. Hoyt gives you a description of the missing tools and notebook. Take memory 16A. So this is the first time I'm going to open this book. So let's have a look at 16A. That's not 16A. It is 16A. What is that? Oh no, that says 16A memory ally. Okay, that says 16A overlay. Don't look at that. We're not going to 16A ally, we're taking memory 16A. Okay. So there's different cards. Here's memory 16A. Hiya. Hoyt gave you a description of the items he believes were stolen from Mika's workshop. Several large glass vessels, an engraved silver alembic, and Mika's alchemical notebook, a bronze tome enchanted to withstand fire. I've already checked with the other local merchants, and they've not heard or seen anything, though I doubt the thieves would attempt to sell such unique items here, so close to the crime. More than likely, they've left town to peddle them elsewhere, and if so, they would have needed a wagon to carry it all. Discard this memory at the end of Quest 16. Alright. The day after the fire, I spoke to the guards about who had recently left the town gate. He pulls up a rolled up parchment and hands it to you. Taking memory 16B. According to the town guards at the gate, 3 wagons left Vinna. One belonged to a group of leather workers. They were wearing leather tunics and leather travelling boots. They carried tools with them, including various knives. They left Vinna travelling west. One belonged to a group of elven pilgrims who had been visiting Vinna's Kinfire Shrine. They were wearing long hooded robes, wore leather boots, and carried short blades for protection. They left Vinna travelling southwest. The last wagon belonged to a group of mercenaries. They wore travelling cloaks over their armour and had armoured boots and carried warhammers and maces. They left Vinna travelling south. Go to 16.2. You set out to investigate Mika's death and the fire that claimed his workshop, considering where you should begin. If you search the wreckage, it's possible that some clues survived the fire. The priests at the Kinfire Shrine may also be able to shed some light on the matter, as they would have been responsible for taking care of the body. Finally, Luca's T-Wagon had a clear view of the workshop. Finally, yeah, Luca. Let's go to Luca. We'll go to 16.5. I don't have a 16.5. So is this in the Vinna pack, maybe? Q, V, V, A, V, no, okay. So where will I find card 16-5? Oh no, it's just here, isn't it? Nice one, Deno, one of your best. We'll go see Luca, I think. You find Luca, a very large and somewhat hulking man, wedged in the small interior of his wagon, pouring a cup of tawny-coloured tea. Orcish blend, he says, closing his eyes and inhaling the fragrant steam. He furrows his brow, eyes still closed. I did see something. A group lurking near the workshop. Long cloaks, shadowed faces. I'm afraid I didn't get a good look at them. All right, let's return over here. Travelling cloaks had armoured boots. Elven pilgrims, they were wearing long hooded robes, leather boots, leather tunics, and leather travelling boots. Okay, so it's definitely not the first option. It's one of the two second ones. Good. Okay, if you wish to continue your investigation, then each seeker gains an exhaustion and you return to 16-2. I think we could probably afford to go for one more. Let's take one exhaustion from each of our seekers. So, 1, 2, 3. I think we need to actually shuffle our decks in case we're doing checks. So let's go. Let's search the wreckage of the workshop. Yeah. So we'll go to 16-3. Little remains of Mika's workshop apart from a pile of charred wood and a blackened stone foundation. To search for clues, each seeker must flip 2. To find a clue, you need 3 blues because we have 3 seekers. So we need 3 blues in total. We don't have a lot of blues overall, so that's not ideal, but we're flipping 2 cards. All right, 1, no, 2, yeah, 1 blue. So how many blues do we need? We need 3 blues. This is going to be tricky. 2 blues here would be good from Asha. 1, no. 2, no. Alrighty. 1, no. 2, yes. Roland knows the destructive effect of a fire. He may flip. We don't have Roland. Yeah, okay, well, that's disappointing. So we'll go back to here. So I don't want to take any more exhaustion. So we will leave town in pursuit of the culprits. We will go to 16.6. You return to the Gate of Vinner after investigation as much time as allowed. If you want to catch the culprits, you must leave soon. The question is, which way? All right, well, the only information we have to go off is this cloak thing that, that Luca gave us, which says, long cloaked figures lurking in the night of the fire. This says long hooded robes, leather boots. This says travelling cloaks. Something in Luca, he said, yeah, long cloaks, shadowed faces. So I reckon the only one that matches that is long hooded robes. So we'll go southwest, I think, is the option that we will pursue. Southwest. We'll go to 16.8. 16.8. You travel southwest and soon come across the pilgrims' wagons. Is that right? Southwest? I said southwest, didn't I? Yeah. Around the wagon are frenzied footprints, some clearly made by a set of massive clawed paws. Inside you discover the shattered remains of Mika's glass. Nice, along with his silver alembic, the sides scarred with deep gashes. Discard memory 16A through 16E and then take 16F. Cool. So 16F says, you caught up with the pilgrim's wagon on the road southwest of Vinner and discovered that they were indeed the culprits who murdered the alchemist Mika and stole his research. The pilgrims were nowhere to be seen, but you found the smashed remains of the glass vessels along with his silver alembic. Clawed prints followed the wagon. Studying the tracks, you can see the pilgrims abandoned their wagons to flee in the hills, and something or someone followed close behind. 1610. The pilgrims left clear tracks into the wilderness. You follow them up a sharp slope where the green foliage of Vinna gives way to the dark, gnarled trees with red trunks and purple-hued underbrush. This strange landscape must have been left behind by a starless night. Just ahead, in the crook of a tree, you see what must be the body of one pilgrim's, crushed by the thick red vines coiled around him. Judging by the tracks, at least one other pilgrim continued on. The passage ahead through the trees and thick underbrush won't be easy. Each seeker flips 2 and gains 1 exhaustion for each non-red revealed. Yucky! That's 1 non-red. That's a red. So 1 exhaustion here. That's a red. That's a non-red. 1 exhaustion. Come on. Red. Non-red. So we've got 2 exhaustion on everyone. Boo. Go to 1611. The trail of boot prints leads into the underbrush, but emerging on the other side are a set of much larger tracks, obscured by the mud. You follow the prints to a cave where you hear a whimpering coming from the darkness inside. The red vines along the walls almost appear to be moving. Open the atlas to map 20 and put ally 16A in play. If you have memory 16F, which we do, we go to 1612. Cool. This is awesome. All right, so we put ally 16A into play. Where is ally 16A? There he is, ally 16A. Vines. Wow. So we gain 2 fate. I don't know if we're supposed to have maximum fate. And then we go to 1612. Here is our battle setup. All right, I'll go do it and we'll be back. All right, here he is. It's this guy. He's called the Ursor. And he looks awesome. He's a big two-headed, 4-handed Goro type monster. So that is pretty cool. Let's shuffle these. Hey, I made a decision on this game not to sleeve it. I normally sleeve all my games, and I like shuffling sleeved cards. But I decided with this one that I would not sleeve it because I think it's unlikely that I'll play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 this more than once, maybe. But I'll probably pass it along. Oh, we've got an exhausted card, but we do have action cards. Yeah, so I don't know. I may change my mind. There's actually an upgrade set for this game, which has a fully sleeves for every character that's got their own cool design, and then acrylic standees for all the monsters as well, and then like some other cool stuff. And yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, I sort of thought, do I want that, or am I okay? Yes, that's good. Or am I okay with just the normal set? And I just sort of thought, you know what? It's normal for me to want to deluxify my games. I have a tendency to really want to make them awesome. But I just think this, the quality of this production, even without that, is still so good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am waiting on the Kinfire Delve series, which I will definitely be sleeving. Okay, we have 3 white boosts. That's awesome, and 3 cards. So everyone's good on the action front. If a seeker is defeated, we lose the mission, and we have 20 health on our Ursor. So let's have a look at what he actually does for his action. So this one is just 8 damage. Yuck. This one is, he discards all trapped, and he attacks everyone in a region. So that one's bad. 1, 2, 3, and 1 armor there. And then finally, he discards all statuses and move the Ursor and a Seeker in its space to a space containing a trapped icon. The Seeker gains hurt along with the trap. Then he refocuses. So this guy refocuses on the person that is most trapped, which is quite interesting. First time we've had someone that wasn't heavily affected. So the vines lash out at you. Is this dead set an ally? How is this an ally? The Seeker moves into an adjacent space if possible. That has got to be the worst ally I've ever seen. We do gain 2 fate. All right. It could be time for us to use our fate. Let's have a shuffle of our things and let's get this show on the road. We're starting with Khor. All right. So Khor does not have... If there's no terrain to be considered there, that's a ranged. That is a stun. So maybe we go that. Return a chit to the bag and draw again. A taunt boost. So that's, we can make that a 6 damage shot. I reckon we start with this Shard Whip strong. So we'll move to the central hex and then we're going to discard Shard Whip. So that's 2 damage, but we can discard armor, and I think I'm just going to discard all 3. So that's a total of 8 damage. Plus 2, 4, 6, 8 damage. And let's see if we've got any boosts available. So that's a block. Has to be green. Yeah, so we can make it a 10. So let's discard that for a 10. And then this one, green. No. Could give him an extra movement. Yeah, let's get him to move away. Yep. Let's do that. So that's 10 damage on our first swing. Get out of here. And then we'll move back. Unreal turn, Deno. One of your best. A blue heart. Okay. So let's use Valora, because what she can do is give armor back. So Valora will move to here, and she will give an armor to an ally. We'll give it to Khor. And then I think we've got and he's got the focus because that attack refocused on him. This one puts out 2 hurt. Oh, okay. We shan't be moving. We'll move to here. And then we're going to play Eyes of the Huntress, which is a ward action, which we can do for free. I haven't lost any health, have I? So I'm actually starting at 12 here. And we're starting at 11 here. And we're starting at 15 here. 14. Great. Yep, so Eyes of the Huntress. While this card is in play, your range attacks may target enemies 2 spaces away from you. So then we don't have to move. And we'll play this red-green card, which is a splatter arrow, which is unique to her. So it does 2 damage. He doesn't have a shield, does he? No. And he gets 2 hurt. So we'll put the 2 hurt on his 8 attack, I reckon. And that does 2. And then are we going to boost that? It is a red card, so we'll boost with that red card to allow her to discard her exhaustion. Yep, so that's good. So we discard the exhaustion. And then this one, do we have another one to discard a card? That's a green, so we can discard a card. But we'll actually play that on Asha, so she can discard her exhaustion. Nice. Because the exhaustion cards are really bad if you have to redraw your deck. Yep. So it's just the 2 damage. After attacking, give to every enemy and seeker in your target space. So we're down to 8. Good. And we've drawn 11. All right, so 11 says, discard all statuses from this sheet, then move the Ursair and a seeker in its space to a space containing a thing icon. It's not. and a Seeker in its space. The Seeker then gains hurt with that. Then the Ursair refocuses. So he goes to there. I think that means he traps himself. I'll double check that actually, because that might be only for us. But if it does, the enemy cannot move this turn. We'll put it there. I'll go have a look. You know, so that just goes on him. So we'll put it on that top one. And that's the end of 11. Oh, it's the little vines. Each Seeker moves into an adjacent space with a trapped if possible. Then each Seeker suffer 1 damage for each trapped card in their hand. No damage. There is no adjacent trap locations to our position. So the vines, we've managed to avoid them. This is awesome. Number 1. Okay, so he can't move this turn. So that is the end of that trapped thing. It's brilliant, Deno. You're brilliant. Oh, it's a green. Okay. So I'm probably wanting to use Valora. And again, remember, she can fire from 2 spaces away. This is brilliant. So she'll move to here. And she will do a quick shot, which is 2 damage. And it's a green. Now, has anyone got any stuff? Oh yeah, and we'll also give Khor an armor because we moved into a space within 1 space. A green, that's a block. Yep, so we'll make it a 3 attack. 1, 2, 3. All right, so this action is concluded, but it is a quick shot. And so we can do a free action. However, when we finish that quick shot, we have no more action cards in our hand. So we discard that. We flip our snipey thing, and we redraw 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No exhaustion cards. We've got our bow. Oh, glorious. So we can shoot again. Yeah, let's do this solid shot, which is a red. So it's 3, so he's going to refocus on Valora. We've got her bow, so that becomes 4 damage. And we'll see if we can boost her attack. I wanted to save her bow. 4 damage. Do we have a red boost? No, no, no. Red boost. No, no, no. So 4 damage takes it down to 1. Valora having a ripping good time. Asha. Do you have a ranged attack in here, Asha? You do not. So we'll actually pass. So when you pass, you draw or discard a card. So we'll draw a card. A blinding flash, which is a boost. That's fine. She will not move. She'll stay where she is. 3. Okay, so he is now going to move into the middle hex. And that's it. A 5, no. Okay, so before attacking, the Ursair discards all traps from its sheet. It is going after Valora. And it is going to go into this hex, and it is going to attack everyone for 5. Bad for us. Bad for us. Do we use our taunt here and redraw this chit? I think we definitely do. Return a chit to the bag and draw again. We'll use our redraw. So the 5 goes back in, and we draw out instead a 6. No, a 9. Okay, 9. Discard all statuses. Oh. And then move the Ursair to this. There's no Seeker in his space. Nice. This guy must just be trying to drag us into the... Trap him again. Valora. Yeah, shoot him in the face. You got a shot? Yes, this capture rune. Now what we'll do is we'll use the loyal arrow, and you may discard any other card to bring that back into your hand. So we'll discard that shot to the knee. That does 3 damage. That knocks him out. but I don't think it's over because of that card that we saw before. Let's have a look. If the Ursa is reduced to 0, go to 1614. With a great bellow, the Ursa snatches the pilgrim from behind the rock where he was cowering. You won't be taking its dinner away from it. The Ursa enters its second stage. Place the overlays 16A and 16B on its sheet. We remove all statuses and we restore its health to full. Any leftover damage from the previous stage is ignored. Yep, cool. So 16A is the cool new card. Oh, he's got the Seeker with his... He's holding on to the Seeker. That's discarded. And this attack goes into space 5, which is down here. Whoa. The Ursa swings the pilgrim like a club. Oh, he's picking up the pilgrim and he's swinging him around. Okay. So one more of those cards and we will flip a thing. What do we got? Okay, Asha again. Did we draw a ranged attack? No, we did not. So yeah, we'll just hold our position. We'll stay there. Scorpion strike. Good. 4. Alright, so now he's going to move into here. There's no one to attack. Alright, Valora. Valora Helmsman. So we're going to use our Snipe the Prey. 7 damage. She's already got the focus. Goes to 8 because of that. Do we have a boost that we can use, Deno? That's a block. We'll get Valora to draw a card, actually. We'll draw a card. We can use that Blinding Flash because this is a green. So it's 8 damage plus she draws a card. Acid Arrow, very nice. And, you know, that's fine. 8 damage. He's got no armor. Valora, your weapon. 10. Alright, so this is the new attack. The Ursa swings the pilgrim like a club. 6 damage on Valora, so he moves to here. Then each seeker up to 1 space away from the Ursa gains a weak. Alright, so we're all getting a weak. 1, 2, 3. Valora's getting hit. She has no armor. So it's 6 damage. Does she have a block? That's blocked for another seeker. So no. That's blocked for another seeker. This attack is white, so we're down to 5. And then we're down to 4. And then Khor can take 1, so that's down to 3. So Valora goes down to 9. And everyone's got a weak. Valora. Alright. I think we're going to move now into the centre. So we've moved into the centre. So we can give an armour. We'll give it to Asha. Weak. While any weak cards are in your hand, your attacks deal 1 less per weak card in your hand. So we're going to discard that at the end of this turn. We will use this Acid Arrow, I reckon, which is 1, 2 because we have our bow, but back down to 1 because of our thing. But we're going to put some hurt out on him. 1 damage, he's down to 11. 5. Okay, so he takes 2 damage and that goes away. Alright, so 5. Now he's going to move and attack Valora again. I don't have anything to do that, to stop that. So this might be... I don't really want to use my fate tokens to redraw this. So we're not dead yet. Yeah, alright, so we'll move to here. We'll attack Valora. It's 5 damage. She can't block it. So she's just going to go down to 4. And we need to get someone to attack and refocus. And it is Asha. Okay. So 5. Yeah, so Asha will move to here. And she has got right in the soft bits, which draws focus. Now we use this club, this heavy staff action. Excellent. Heavy staff. So she's got weak, so this is going to do 1 less damage. The heavy staff does 3, which goes down to 2, but it does draw the focus. And we can't boost it because that's a blue. We don't have any boosts there. Yep, so it's just 2 damage, but we will lay out a stun. And we'll put that on this attack. 1, 2 damage. 1, 2. Yep. Nice work, Asha. All right. What do we got? Khor. Okay. We want Khor to be the one to take the aggro, no one else. But this is the key. Pierce defenses. So we're losing 1. This pierce defenses is a range 1. It's going to do 3 damage. It cannot have its attack reduced or directed, so that weak is ignored. Because pierce defenses, is that how that would work, Deno? Let's see what that says. Your attacks deal 1 less per weak card in your hand. No, it doesn't use the term reduced. So we'll say it's 2 damage. However, it goes to 3 because Asha is in that same hex. So this guy's down to 4. And that also takes the aggro over to Khor, which is excellent. A 2. He takes 2 damage from the hurt condition. 1, 2. And then he's going to run over into Khor's zone. He's going to swing it in for 8. Khor has currently got 1, 2 armor. So he's going to lose one of those. He's down by 6, so that takes him to 7. We've probably blocked some of that, but I don't think we need to. Maybe we do. Khor again. He'll move. And he'll use this aftershock, which does 2 damage. And that's it. Awesome. That was a bit more pressure. He's down to 0. Sorry, doesn't mean he's dead. If the Ursa is reduced to 0, go to 16, 16. You pull the pilgrim out of the cave and away from the fallen Ursa. He slumps on a rock, relieved until he sees your faces. You ask him about the workshop fire. He stammers for a moment and then confesses. It was our duty, he explains. That alchemist, he was attempting to manipulate Kinfire. For anyone to do anything for anyone outside the temple to do such a thing, it's heresy. You ask the pilgrim to hand over Mika's belongings. The elf pats his pockets for a while and then shakes his head. You take a step forward, staring him down. The elf cowers and then, in one quick movement, pulls out Mika's notebook. Go to 16, 17. You escort the pilgrim back to Vinner and hand him over to the authorities. Hoyt shakes each of your hands vigorously. You must have put the fear of night into him. Were you able to recover any of Mika's belongings? If you have 16F, why would we have had 16F? Did we have 16F? Yeah, we do have 16F, don't we? Yeah. I should just look at the cards that I collected, didn't I? 16F. There it is. We did. Great. We open a copper treasure pack. You hesitate before handing over the notebook, trying to decide if we should do it. Do we want to do it? A conundrum. Do we give the notebook to Hoyt? Or do we tell Hoyt you are unable to recover the notebook? We'll give it to him because that will get a Kinfire for Khor, our little friend. Go to 16, 18. You hand over the notebook to Hoyt. How can I thank you enough? He says, everything is restored. Mika's legacy, that is. His work will live on. Perhaps it will make a difference, the way he wanted. He tucks the book under his arm and clasps each of your hands. I owe you my eternal gratitude. Please take this. Hoyt gives you a small purse and then departs with a bow. Good work, Hoyt. 3 gold. And take memory 16G. We gain 3 city actions. So memory 16G is... Despite some misgivings about the contents, you hand over Mika's alchemical notebook to Hoyt. On the bright side, this might mean that Hoyt owes you one. Good. And... Ooh, that's cool. Good. That was good. Starting to see what the potential of the system is. So we defeated the Ursair, but we now go back to the city of Vinna, and we will have 3 city actions to explore the rest of the city. And we have only visited 2 of the locations, I think. Whoa, there's so many different things in here. Awesome. All right, Asha. So we did have some exhaustion cards, so we probably want to rest at the inn. But let's go to... Yeah, let's go to Luca's Tea Wagon, which is number 5, because I don't think we've been there. So we'll open our Vinna pack. V5, and it says... As you near the field, your eye is caught by a merchant wagon parked among the wildflowers. Inside, a large hulking man bends to look over at you. Hello there, care to join me for a spot of mid-leaf tea? You gratefully accept and watch as the wagon sways and heaves with the giant man's every move. With thick fingers, he hands each of you a tiny teacup through the window. The sweet flowers that grow here are the key ingredient to many of my blends, he tells you. I also use them to brew a bit of healing ointment. I like to call it sweet balm. I can sell you one for 1 coin per dose. Okay, so that's our city action over. We can now add Luca's Tea Wagon. There he is, with some sweet balm. 1 sweet balm. Add the cards and any boost to the Seeker's unused card pool. Disposable cards return to the shop. Okay. What's sweet balm look like? Nice. I shall buy 3 sweet balm. All it is a healing potion. And I shall add that to each person's deck. That does not have a Kinfire requirement. So 1 sweet balm each. Very nice. So that was nice of us to visit him. So we've now got Luca's Tea Wagon and Morella's Wares. The second place we go to on our map, I am not sure. Let's go to this Kinfire Shrine, which is V4. The Kinfire Shrine is small, nothing like the grand structures in Dinlux, but well tended. Good day to you. An elven priestess emerges from the shadows. Her golden mask shimmers in the light. My name is Rani, and I am the keeper of this shrine. May I be of some assistance? You explain your purpose here in Vinna, but she seems to already know who you are. She tells you a little bit about the shrine and its recent construction. Before you leave, she stops you. If I may ask, I saw a vision in the Kinfire last morn. A soul, suffering and cast out. Some creature nearby is in need of Ziva's aid. If you come across anyone of this description, please let me know. Take memory VA and remove this card from Vinna. Memory VA. That is Rani. We discard this card at the end of Quest 4. Nice. So that's it. We still have an action now. We don't have to go to the inn. We don't have to. We rest for free, which means we clear all of our exhausted cards. So it's probably a good idea. But we could also go to this Lonely Lantern Tavern. That could be fun. I assume that also lets us rest. Yeah. Let's do that. The tavern isn't much to look at from the outside. A rusty, unlit lantern hangs from the sign above the door, and the windows are hazy with dirt. Inside, however, you find the place bright and lively. There are packed tables everywhere, people eating, drinking, and filling the room with laughter. The dwarven tavern keeper appears from a back room carrying 2 mugs of ale. "Hello, loves. Grab yourself a table and I'll serve you up some food and drink. A coin should cover the lot of you. If you stay, spend a coin and then go to Event VB." I would love to spend a coin, because Event VB is just a glorious name for a card. You find an empty table at the back, and the tavern keeper brings you a platter of hot food. The locals don't seem to pay you any mind as you eat, and a conversation at a nearby table catches your ear. You should have seen the fella. Half naked, hair all over him. Couldn't understand a word he said, just sounded like gibberish to me. Thank the gods some of the boys chased him off. Well, better hope Priestess Rani doesn't get wind. She'll tan those boys' hides. Each seeker may remove all exhaustion. Take memory VB. Okay, memory VB. When you stopped at the lonely lantern, you heard rumours of a strange wanderer near Vienna who couldn't speak the local language. They were chased out of town by some ruffians, leaving them lost and alone somewhere outside the village. Okay. And now it says, if you have memory VA, we do. Remove V6 and this card from Vienna. Very good. We go to Event VA. It says, gain prompt Q17. Priestess Rani had a vision of someone lost and in need of help. You think you may have discovered who it is. You meet with her at the Kinfire Shrine to tell her the rumours you've heard about a strange wanderer. That poor being, she set her hand to her heart. They must be so alone and confused. Please let me know if you decide to look for them. If they're found, they can stay here at the shrine. I might be able to teach them enough of the language to get by. Quest 17. The Stranger. Very good indeed. Your city action is over. So we have found all of these cards, and so that is the conclusion of this episode of BigDenoPlays Kinfire Chronicles. Cool little game, excited to be playing it. We're going to try that quest next, which is one of the ones that I've watched a playthrough of by Monique and Naveen, Before You Play. Very excited to try that one out myself. I'll catch you then. I hope you're enjoying this episode, this playthrough. A lot of fun. I'll see you in the next episode. BigDeno.